Hey guys, I'm IXL's Runimuk. Partner today with me is...
IXL Scripts.
How you guys going? So another game here for you guys today is going to be between Idra versus... I'm not actually too sure what his opponent's name is. Let's have a look here. FXO Desbro. So I don't know whether that's Desbro or not, but let's kick it off.
Game resumed.
It's going to be on WCS Whirlwind or GSL Whirlwind. Not too sure. Either way. Not significant changes that you guys really need to be informed in, but well, let's see what Idra has to offer. Haven't seen too much from Idra or Desbro.
This is where Idra in the part of the conversation says, "You've already disappointed me by playing Protoss." That's okay. That's just how Idra is. Yeah. So sorry, you were saying things. I think maybe.
Yeah, no, it's fine, man. Not too much to add about Whirlwind. Whether or not who's created it, it's generally the same thing. I think the only thing that really...
map.
It is a massive ass map. Does favour, I would say, Zerg early mid game, and potentially a late game, but at the same time, I think it would favour Protoss more late game. Just because if they commit to tier 3 and like Ultras, Broods, things like that, it's going to be really hard for Zergs to kind of shut down outlying Protoss expansions. And then Protoss are just going to switch it up, do that lovely fancy War Prison play that we all do and love, and just start destroying outlying expansions unless Zerg start committing so much to static D, but, well, this is my opinion.
If Zerg can get to that point in the game where they just have the Bank of America on their side, well, probably not the Bank of America because they're fuck tons in debt, but if you know what I'm saying, they could just spend all those drones on static D and that'd be fine. But here we go. Idra obviously going to go pull first because Desbro, being the Protoss that he is going to block that for as long as possible, being real cute there and doing a little patrol, whilst actually just going to go for a Nexus first himself.
He's going to be cheeky. Look at this, like, massive map. Definitely the potential to, like, get away with Nexus first, things like that.
Oh!
Whoa, what happened? What did I miss?
Nah, it was good. The just probe dodging is pretty nice. Okay. Finally the hatchery went down. It looked like it was going to go down a little bit earlier, but you can see Idra is now about 100 minerals behind of where he wanted to be with that hatchery, but of course that's just something you have to deal with as a Zerg player.
Yeah, alright, so following this up with, what have we got? Forge, now Gateway, third pylon, second pylon going down, so still playing it pretty greedily, chronoing out probes a little bit. Actually, he's saving some of his chrono energy, so I'd like to see what he wants to do with that.
Yeah, it's actually a really unusually high amount of chrono boost energy. Usually you'd see Protoss spending that tons more on probes as, well, it was sort of something that Protoss were realizing, hey, I should just be spending my chrono boosts a ton more on economy, I can keep up with the Zerg, but no. That's an unusual amount of chrono boost. We will have to see where he dumps that into, because that is very, very unusual.
Oh, that was almost really cute. Desbro kind of just left his probe out here in between the natural and the third, and the Zerglings trying to get out there and be real stealth-like and check for these kind of proxy pylons that would be around these bases. I thought Desbro was going to get away with it just by, I suppose, simply not caring, and then being able to drop down a pylon after Idra had already scouted, but it's not the case. It does look like the probe's going to escape. Cannon going to be the nice little defense. Overlords perching themselves up nice and high, getting a nice good vision on top of, I suppose, the entrance to Desbro's base. And, well, what do we got? Looks like we might be seeing a fairly standard macro game going out for both players.
We may, but I'm also thinking that, well, he hasn't spent a chrono boost on it yet. I'm still waiting to see. We've actually got the mothership core coming out of the natural nexus here. That's being chrono boosted out. Still a large amount of chrono boost on the main nexus. I thought he might have tried to use the chrono boost on the warp gates, get some sort of sick 2 base, really fast warp gate timing, maybe to try pressure the Zerg on his third base there, but no. It's just, I don't know what he's doing. It's still really hard, but the mothership core is out.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Mothership Core for those that are not too familiar with it?
It's a very good idea, my man. Well, Mothership Core, guys, this is a massive change to Protoss. It changes the whole early game dynamic for Protoss here. As you can see, The mothership core is quite fast. It actually does have a ground attack, which is actually fairly strong. I know a lot of people, a lot of non-competitive people, in fact, were complaining, that they didn't like the mothership because it didn't actually do all that much damage. Well, guys, we now have this unit right here. Oh, it's gonna lose a few zealots, but it's all worth it, as this mothership core can just shoot all day. But yeah, it's got abilities. We've got Time Warp, which is a small slowing ability. You might see that used here, maybe not. We got Recall, which allows you to recall your units just like the other mothership, and now we also have Photon Overcharge, which is an absolutely sick defensive ability. Allows you to turn your Nexus into like this massive, really high damage cannon. So now the early game for Protoss is just so open, and you can be so aggressive now. It's kind of crazy, as you can see the pressure that just transpired right there.
Yeah, not to mention the follow-up. Here's the third Nexus going down at the 7-minute 50 mark. So this is something very uncommon. You would not see in a PvZ in Wings of Liberty. Like grimZ was just mentioning, the Photon Overcharge allows Protoss to get up a fast economic lead and play a little bit more, I suppose, economic cheese, where they're just getting ahead with more macro, because, well, they can. The Photon Overcharge, fantastic ability, allows the Nexus to get a range of, I believe it's 13 or 15. I know it's a little bit, I think it's bigger than a siege tank range, so if that's the case, then that's definitely interesting. Nice hallucinated Phoenix going down, so Desbro wants to go get some more scouting information.
Still feel like this is a little bit greedy here from Desbro. I feel like, well, it is 9 minutes. That's actually quite a, you were right, that's quite an early Nexus. Nice scouting Phoenix, like you said. But yeah, no, that's actually a super early Nexus. So I suppose, unless Idra... Oh my god, wait a minute, these sentries are being caught out here. Oh, good force fields.
That was close. That was actually some really nice force field play. Tucking the sentries in nice and close, allowing no surface area. I'm not even surprised he even pushed all the Zerglings out, so that was really well played.
That was really sick. But here we go. Oh, catching the rope transfer there, obviously not going to kill too much. But yeah, I feel like I don't feel safe with this Nexus here. Obviously, now that it's up and he's got a few cannons and stuff, he's obviously going to be able to defend that pretty well, especially with Photon Overcharge. But yeah, it's just a weird thing to see Protoss expanding to a third so early, especially without a ton of sentries and immortals for defense against any kind of roach player.
Yeah, like, I don't know, something comes to mind like the Stefano 11-minute max probably do a lot of damage versus this, considering how there's no immortals in this composition at all.
That's what I was thinking.
But, it does look like Idra taking the more economic route, taking a fourth. He's got a macro hatch at his third base, so odd place to have that. He's putting down some additional saws. He's going for a Spire. Baneling Nest. He's researching centrifugal hooks. +2/2 is also on the way, as well as we have +1 armor being researched for Desbro. He's already got +1 weapons, so his gateway army is going to be pretty decent in the coming moments when he gets his +1 armor. Probably likely to be able to take the fight. And what do we have here? 3 Stargates? Don't tell me this isn't true, man. I think...
Oh my god, what?
From everything that I've been reading about and talking to some of the pro players, Stargate play is huge in PvZ at the moment. Like, what it is basically is Protoss will just sit on a fast early 3 base if they can secure it with Mothership Core, and then just build Void Rays. That's all it is.
Yeah. Guys,
they come over.
Know, friggin' Void Rays are amazing in this game, especially with the charge ability that they've now got. Basically, a lot of the air tech route that Protoss can go has just been buffed so badly, and it's actually one of the main units you now build in PvP because pretty much nothing can beat it yet. Even Mass Archon.
Even like mass corruptors as well in like PvZ just don't seem to be an issue. Like I had an interesting idea when I was playing some Z games the other day, and he's gonna get a Mothership Core. He does go down. He does get a Photon Overcharge, but
you can see there's so much range with that overcharge as well. It's a really nice ability. Here we go. Oh my god, these stalkers are gonna get caught out though. The speedlings!
Oh, he's got Link.
Oh, the sentries though, not quite getting the force fields they desired. They're alright, but the sides... Oh, these Phoenix though, what the Phoenix? coming in at the last minute there.
Probably a really good response actually from using Hallucinated Phoenix to scout the main. Probably seen the spy, was like, okay, look, he's going to transition in a massive air composition. I'm going to meet him the same way. Now he's going to start working on his overlords as he finds them, so he's just going to put himself in a position to pick and choose his battles, and they're going to start kiting around, and he's going to lift up any queens he does.
Makes me reminisce of my days back in Wings when I was almost the only Protoss going pure air in this matchup, but now... Desbro, using his Phoenixes. Holy shit, what?
Huge amount of Zergling attack going on here. Trying to save the Colossus, but the Colossus getting the wrong angle of attack, shooting at the ones at this ground, not getting the splash damage on everything else. Tons of Stalkers going down. This Phoenix not actually lifting up any of the remaining Stalkers. Remaining Stalkers would have been nice for his own units to save them, but Zergling's trading oh so efficiently. And how many Phoenix does Desbro want to go? He's got currently 15 Phoenix. Unbelievable.
A very large amount. I don't think Idra's going to be prepared for this. I think these Phoenix are just going to absolutely crap on a ton of Overlords if he can find them. He's going to scout over here, find the 4th base. He might do some drone damage, and he does. All the lift-ups on the drones die almost instantly, but meanwhile there is attack on the 3rd.
They're whooping in some zealots. Wants to get some melee units to kind of counter them. Here come the Banelings!
Nice.
They were nice blinks, dodging those last Baneling few hits. It was pretty nice. Going to try and chase them down here. He's going to aggressively blink after them. No, Phoenix do return home. Probably a sight for sore eyes. I wouldn't imagine Phoenix to lift up Zerglings, but with this many Phoenix, you'd think he's going to have a shortage of energy? Hell no.
No. And they're going to be amazing in the next few fights, especially... Well, as long as they don't all get fungled at once, I'm pretty sure he could just mass lift the Infestors and ruffle stomp that army over there.
So, look, Idra going for a neural parasite, it seems, wants to try and get some neural control. If I'm understanding this correctly, his probably angle of attack might be to neural parasite some of the Phoenix, make them air battle each other, or maybe try and focus fire down in the Colossus that'll be coming out of Desbro, but other than that, Idra's army right now is incredibly weak versus the composition that Desbro has, and if he moved out across the map, I'm pretty sure he'd win. That's just my opinion. Creep spread being quite potent.
Putin?
New word invented. Being quite potent for Idra, and it is allowing us to see a lot. No observers here, I don't think, for Desbro.
I don't like this engagement at all. Oh my goodness, the mass lift-ups on the Infestors. Fungal's trying to go down, but it doesn't even matter yet. He just had basically nothing to deal with this.
And Idra taps out, so... Well, Phoenix, man. It's, Sky Toss is the way of the future. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm IXL's Run Amok.
I'm IXL's Grim.
If you like what you see, check us out, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like our videos. It